they announced a brand new edition of Warhammer 40,000, or 40K as it's known in some circles. So, miniatures game, I'm sure you've heard of it. There's a new edition coming out, and they actually released with the announcement an FAQ, if you will, which is how we have most of the information that we have. But basically, the idea is they're going to streamline the older rules for new players, but not dumb them down as they promise. What's really cool about it is these new rules are actually going to be available for free, they say. They don't have details yet, but presumably you'll be able to download a PDF, and you'll be able to access the core rulebook for free, which is nice. All the old things will be compatible with it still. If you have old armies and miniatures of any kind, they're all going to be still compatible, so you don't have to worry about your stuff being worthless anymore, which is never fun.
Especially considering how much work you probably put into those miniatures.
Yeah, if you've painted them, etc. And it's going to have specifically 3 new modes to play as. Open, which is anything goes. Narrative, which is following their lore storyline reenactments, and matched, which is competitive play. So they're putting a lot of stuff into this. It sounds like they're doing kind of the same thing a little bit that we saw last year with War Machine, where they're
I was actually going to bring that up when they redid it, and you have the conversion kits, but new starter sets, and I think it's a really smart move on their part to re-enter the world. I mean, I've seen Magic do this plenty of times. Plenty of other things do it when they'll do like, hey, we're redoing some stuff. Here's a new starter set so we can get new people in. And it's something you got to do every now and then.
It seems like in general the big trend now is let's make it so normal people can play our games too, and not just the people who are obsessed with the hobby.
Right, and in particular, I think Warhammer is one that really could use it because like when I'm online and even just on random image boards and stuff, there are people who still post like, what's happening here, hearsay and stuff. Like there's plenty of Warhammer references and stuff. So I feel compared to other things, it's reasonably out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, like, even, it's not that many people, in terms of the large scheme of the world are playing it, but everybody knows that name, Warhammer. Even if you, don't know anything about it, you're familiar with that. It's not like, I think the only thing that really even comes close in terms of miniatures games is maybe HeroClix and War Machine a little bit, but Warhammer really is that's the thing. It's like the D&D basically for miniatures games.
Right, and the other thing that we need to bring up is the play modes, which I think are very important. You get 3 play modes that fit a lot more people. Let's go. First, open. This is where you can get your casual, fun, crazy armies. Go nuts. Which fits much easier for people who maybe don't feel as sure they don't want to invest so much and be like, I know this is the most competitive miniature, so on and so forth. The lore one, which is going to fit more people like me, who love the story, and you can maybe every month or whatever certain time period you can be like, here's a special scenario we've made, and that's the kind of stuff that really you can get interest, like, oh, so I can actually imagine myself in this kind of story, and that fits that kind of crowd. And then of course competitive, it fits the competitive people. Probably a lot more of the veterans and stuff can feel like their army's like, okay, I mean, and you got to have that.
Yes, that's definitely, if they didn't have that, they'd be losing a lot of money, I think.
So I think they really they're trying to expand and make it more accessible to a lot more of the audience in different ways.
And according to them, they did take into consideration a lot of actual feedback from fans of the game. So it sounds like they're doing things that people actually asked for. Again, we don't know really specifics yet. We just know like some stuff they're keeping and not getting rid of. But
right, and I mean, neither of us, I don't think you've played.
No, we're not the miniatures people.
No, I've already lost all my money in Magic.
Yeah, we're not good. But I mean,
you on the other hand, you still have a bank account, right?
We're always, every time they put out one of these new waves, we're like, oh, maybe this will be the thing. It usually isn't, but maybe this will be the thing. That'll be later this year. And of course, if you don't like it, you can always just use the original rules if you really want to and still play with your old stuff that way. If you enjoyed this video, it was just a snippet of our full-length podcast, which you can find on our YouTube channel every week. So please go ahead, like, and subscribe for more board game related content coming at you in the future.
And don't forget to check out rollforcrit.com, where we actually sell a lot of the games we talked about, as well as post news and all our other videos. Until then, I'm Will Keeler.
I'm Jonathan Estes, and this is Roll for Crit.